Welcome to the podcast. It's Mr. Ish. We're here at Kips Bay Boys and Girls Club, Codere Clubhouse. And we have our new show, our most popular show on the web right now. Shout y'all out. I'll give y'all that. I'm going to give you a little horn. This show is Street Smarts. This is episode number 2. So let's go around the table. Let's introduce ourselves. We'll start off with you, sir.
My name is Carter, and I'm 9.
Carter, welcome to the podcast.
My name is Anne-Marie, and I'm 9.
Anne-Marie, welcome to the podcast.
My name is Royce, and I'm 10.
Royce, you want to talk any lower? You want to whisper to me?
My name is Royce, and I'm 9.
That's my man, Royce. Welcome to the podcast, guys. So let's talk about the Street Smarts. I know that this week's class was one that I've done with my children. So who wants to explain what went on this week in your class? In your Street Smart class. You want to go?
We were learning about child abductions.
Ooh, serious business. You don't want nobody taking you. As much as sometimes I don't want my kids around, I don't want nobody taking them, though. I want to be able to give them away. I don't want to take them. Yeah, you know, when they get married, you give your daughters away.
What?
You do. That's what it's called. You give your daughters to the gentleman that's being married. But that's something else. Abduction. What do you guys know about abduction?
That's where
you get taken against your will.
That's definitely it. Taken against your will. What else? What do you know about abduction?
When abduction is like when it's like the same thing as getting kidnapped.
Okay, well, yeah, it's true. Being kidnapped. What do you know about abduction, Royce?
abduction. Sometimes they lure you into places and just ask if you want to go to the store or you want to get some ice cream or go in a van.
Mental trickery. That's what we call it. Mental trickery. They trick you. They basically think, you know, you guys don't know much or you're not street smart, and they take that to their advantage. So knowing this is definitely going to be helpful. Passing it on is also another important thing. So that's where, you know, sharing this podcast and all that comes into play. This is information that every child should know. Unfortunately, you guys probably learned it this week, right? I had this conversation with a 4 and 5-year-old maybe a year ago. So, you know, not to say that your parents don't care, but maybe it's something they never sat you guys down to have. But it's very important. I don't care how you get the knowledge. Whether you get it from me, from Andrew, from your parents, from a friend, from a teacher. As long as you have the knowledge, is what we're trying to, you know, make sure you're street smart. You understand? So, based on the video that you watch, what was the video basically about? Share it with our listeners. I don't always want you to talk. I mean, we have other 2 people here. So, what was the video about that you watch?
The video was about an experiment with the parents, and they'll like basically practice with the kids, and they'll check for the parents' reaction on how.
Yeah, and the thing too is that the parents say, I spoke to my child. My child is not gonna do this, and he did it right in front of them. That's what's crazy. The guy did it right in front of him. I wish I remember the name of the video so I could share it. But maybe on the link when we put it up, I'll put a link to the video. So whatever listener wants to watch this video, I know I watched it. So even going over the conversation, I was like, oh, that's the video I saw. I know it is. I remember he had a yellow car too or something like that. So you know I'm saying the truth.
He said it was from the Transformers.
Yeah, I remember all that. So we saw the same video. So it's definitely important that that you guys share this. I mean, with a friend, cousin, just you tell them. I mean, it's a lot of people out there that are, especially are dealing with a lot of mental issues right now, and some of them do things like this. What else did we learn from the video? Oh, I'm just gonna give you a question. So let's say a stranger says your parent told them to pick you up. What will you do? We're gonna go around the table, so I'll start off with you.
Call a parent.
Okay. Do you know your parents' number?
Yes.
Okay, good. Thank you, because you know don't say the number. I'm sorry. Some people, I'm gonna call my mother. Okay, you know her number? No. Okay. It's in my phone. Oh, you would take out the phone that he's gonna take from you and call your mother. So if you know her number, like right now, I could say call her Royce, and you could dial her my number. You think we could put her on she'll pick up the phone and she'll be a guest?
My dad mostly
Well, as
picks
a
up the
guest. Ma, excuse me. This is Mr. Ish from Kiss Bay. I want to ask you a question. I'll put her on blast. You think she'll be all right with that?
I think my dad will be okay with that.
All right, I think we got to work on that. I got to warn somebody. I can't just cold call them and do that. I would do it though, but so you would just call a parent. What's your technique? What would you do?
Tell mom.
Do you remember the question? A stranger says your parent told me to pick you up. What do?
I'll tell my mom.
Okay, how you gonna tell your mom? I'm the stranger. Your mother said to pick you up.
I'll call her.
You know her number.
Yes.
Okay, don't be lying to me. Okay, I'm just checking. You sir, what will you do?
Walk away to my house.
This is a tough one, man. Because if
And
you're walking,
tell my
I know, but if you're walking away by yourself. So we have to. There's somebody right in front of you right now. I'm in front of you. Yo, your mom's called Kips Bay and she told me to come over here and pick you up. What you gonna do? And you know me.
Tell the staff.
No, I'm saying I walked over there and I saw him. I said, yo, I was looking for you. Your mother told me to pick you up. Oh yeah, Mr. Ish. Yeah, she told me to pick you up. Get in the car. What you gonna do?
Call my mother.
You have a phone on you?
Yes.
Okay, that's good. Damn, you guys are good. I'm trying to get you. All right. I mean, you're saying the right thing. I mean, I'm pretty sure that the person's not gonna let you use the phone. That's the bad thing. I'm pretty sure that the person is gonna use some force and try to get you into that car if they really mentally wanted to get that done. So you got to be aware of that too. This is another one I'm gonna tell you because this one was a hard one. I know I told my daughters this, and my daughter loves ice cream. So this was a tough one. In the video, there was a guy that was pretending to be an ice cream man, bringing all the kids in the truck. What will you do if you see that? Let's say we all there. Ice cream man says, "Oh, you can come inside, see the ice cream truck." Yeah, your friend went and he left, and the other one went and that person left. But what would you do? I start with you, sir. What would you do?
Walk away.
All your friends are right there in front of the ice cream truck. They're all getting ice cream. The guy's showing them inside the ice cream truck. It's kind of cool. Oh, you could pour it. Oh, yeah, wow, that's cool. You walk out. Your friend did it. Royce did it. She did it. You know, everybody's getting their turn, and then it's your turn. What will you do?
I don't care. I'm walking away.
Okay, that's all right. What will you do?
Not go inside.
We should have done this video. We should have done this podcast before we saw the video, so I would have got your answers, and now after, because you guys have the right answer now. But I don't think before you would have been like, "Oh, Royce went in there. He got ice cream. I'm going there too." That's the answer you really would probably done, because you said all of them went, nothing happened, and it doesn't matter what happened to those 5 or 6 people. What matters is that you went in there and he really wanted you, so that's what matters. So you say you walk away. What will you do, Royce?
I would say no.
I don't know, Royce. You gonna say no to ice cream? 90 degrees. Even the icy man in the front, and I can't say no to him. He be looking at me, and I be like, "Damn, I got $1." He be like, "Come on, man." I be like, "Damn, let me borrow $1."
I'll just ask him for my ice cream, and if he doesn't give it to me, I'm just gonna.
I don't know.
Like,
Realistically, I'm gonna try to go in that truck.
He can say that you can go in
Seriously,
yourself.
at your age, I want to see what the truck is about.
No, I am not looking.
I mean, because you saw the video already, man.
I already saw
you're
the
You're
inside.
giving the right answers, but there's gonna be a kid that says ice cream, and they're gonna go in that truck and they're gonna do it.
I can buy ice cream
Yesterday-
from the store.
Yesterday,
I understand, but it's not the same. It's like if not using the fire truck. That's probably not a good example, but you see the fireman and all that. You be like, "Oh, that's a dope truck." You're gonna want to try to go on the fire truck one day.
No.
If someone was to ask you, it's the same thing. Like, I've never been inside an ice cream truck. I want to know what it's about. I want to know how. I want to pour the ice cream and put a little extra fudge on my joint.
I already saw it.
Oh, we can't hear Mr. Andrew, so I'm sorry, Mr. Andrew. You're gonna have to. I need to set up a different mic or something. So, and Mr. Andrew's trying to get on. He wants to ask a question. I'm sorry.
All right, so I got another question. If your friend got on a truck and then you see the truck driving off, what do? You know how to protect yourself. How can you protect your friend?
True. That's a good
Call
one, Mr.
911.
Andrew. That's a good one. Call 911 is important, but there's something else that's important.
Call his parents.
Well, you know his parents' number. You may not know his parents' number.
I'm
Also,
running after that truck.
you have to know what's happening around you. So when the cops stop, you need to say it was a blue truck with white letters. It was this. If you're that smart and can remember a license plate, that's great.
I remember license plates.
So little things like that. Oh, it had a pink top. It didn't really something that was different. The guy had a beard. He looked kind of tall, but I know he was in a truck. He looked kind of fat. He was bald. Or whatever you could tell the cops is gonna help capture this person. Or at least put the what we call the APB out so that they could try to find
You have to give a
this particular
description.
person. Yeah, to describe them. Sometimes they have the cartoon guys that draw them and all that stuff. So just those things are important also. So I have another question because you guys have the right answers. So let's just go through the questions. In the video, what happened to the kid in the park, and how long did it take the dad to notice what happened after? So there was an incident that happened in the video.
It took him a minute to notice.
It took him a minute to notice that what. But first we need to know what happened. So
His kid got taken away by the guy who was doing a social experiment.
okay.
He was giving him candy, and it took him.
Candy's that
And then he took him to. No, he didn't really took him. He just said, want to go in the van to get more candy. And then they walked off. And then it took the dad a minute to notice that he was gone.
And in that minute, you know what would have happened?
What?
In reality, if it wasn't an experiment, that person could have been missing. I don't know what's the numbers. We should probably look it up. You got your phone on you? What's the number of missing children on a I don't even know on a daily basis, but just in general. That's reported because some people don't even know. There's people that be like, oh, she ran away. And sometimes it's not that they ran away. They're missing. Do we have those numbers? Somebody knows that number?
2100.
25050.
What was that? You're giving your mom's telephone number? Stop playing with the microphone. It's the first thing I told you.
Sorry.
What was the number?
2100.
2,100 kids a day?
Oh.
Per day? I'm missing? Wow, that's crazy.
That's a lot.
Now, I don't even mind when I see the parents with that little leash. They had that little bag and they got that little leash. I don't even mind that now. Wow, that's a lot.
Sheesh.
Woo. That's crazy. And the last, I know there was a lot of different experiments, and we definitely gonna find the video and put it in the how you call it, in the podcast, so that the link and you guys could go to it. The last question is, what do you think when the two sisters and the little brother jumped in the stranger's car? First, describe how he sold the whole thing. Whoever remembers.
He said.
You want to talk today? You want to say something? You remember the experiment with the car? Okay, so explain to me how he set it up.
So he went up to the little girls inside the car. I think he said something about the car and that they were gonna go somewhere.
So he basically had a cool car, right? I remember the video because I remember that the car was kind of cool, and he said it was a yellow car, so it was very
It
bright.
was from the Transformers.
And he said it was from the Transformers, which is practically a movie that I'm sure all you guys have seen,
Yeah.
right? So he said it was a Bumblebee from the Transformers.
Yeah.
So he sold it like that, and they were like, "Wow, that's dope, Bumblebee, Transformers." So now he's playing with your little tricks in your mind. You're like, "Oh, that's a dope car. Oh, I could tell my friends I was in Bumblebee." He's setting it up real nice and sweet. What happened next? Go ahead. Somebody tell me the story.
Tricked them.
He took him. Well, how he got him in the car. He said, "Oh, you want to see the inside?" Oh, what was the sell?
And they went in.
And the parents like, nah.
They
Right? The mother was like, was it the mother or the dad on this one?
It was the mother.
The mother was like, my kids won't get in the car. There's no way they will get in the car. They know better than that.
And then she started smiling.
They know better than that. You know why? They took all three of your kids. They ain't even take one. They took all three of you. So you could come in, and it was it's scary how quick the guy did it. It's very scary. So the thing about it is that hopefully, and I know this just brought up a lot of memories right now. Hopefully, you guys realize that this experiment was very important, and this was a absolutely important thing to talk about. So, Mr. Andrew, that was a good choice on that one. And this definitely made your street smarter. And I'm gonna have to drop the bomb on that one.
No. Yes.
I dropped the bomb on that one too. It should definitely have made you smarter. What do we want to conclude? In conclusion, for your episode number 2, talk to the listeners. Tell them what you learned from this video. How did it make you just that much smarter? Any advice for people?
Can I ask a question?
You may ask a question, sir.
What if someone came up to you saying that there was a missing puppy and do you want to help me find it?
Don't go.
But then you say yes, and then you get in a van. What would you do then?
Once you're in the van, there's not too many choices.
If there's like something,
Because you have to understand that if you're in that van, he probably already has the concept that he's gonna tie you up, gag you with zip ties or something like that. So it's gonna get harder and harder. Once he could get you further away from people or from where you can make a lot of noise, it's gonna get harder to escape. And then you could really drive from here 25 minutes. I could drive you somewhere that you've never been for in your life. And even though you know where you live at, you know the address, you don't know if you're in Queens, Brooklyn, Long Island, if you upstate New York, you don't know. You're scared. You didn't even realize that there's a train that passed by. You didn't realize these sounds that were. I could have drove around the block and then take you to a dead end somewhere that you've never been to. So, once you're nervous and all this is happening, they put a bag in your head and they could blindfold you. You're not gonna know where you're at. So yes, you want to escape, and even if you get the chance to escape and run, you may not know where you're running to. You may be running closer to where he wants you to go. So once you're in that van, it's a tough one, man. It's a tough situation. The idea is not to get into the predicament where he has the advantage. You have the advantage by not going in. You have the advantage because once they start asking these questions or they sound kind of funny, you already know what to do. You should jump into your street smarts should kick in, and I'm calling my mother. I'm going to the bodega. I'm running somewhere. Hey guys, you know my mother. You know the guys that be in front of the building. This guy trying to do something to me. It's on and popping in the streets. It's on and popping. My daughter say hello to everybody. Everybody.
Oh, no.
They say hello to the reggae guy that's in the front. They say hello to everybody. Everybody knows my daughters. And God forbid something happen. Daddy, this guy's trying to what? Everybody, the whole block is in. It's party time. It's a community, man. It's the same way if there was a lady or old lady or any of the kids here or something like that. You need to know your environment, and you need to know who's going to stand up for you. So what's your advice for anyone listening after you watch this video? I know it was a very touchy subject. It was very eye-opening. What do you feel that you learned from this, Royce? What advice would you give somebody?
I would give them advice to not let them trick you, even though they tried to. Cause you know how they said it's the car from
Transformers.
Transformers. Yeah, I don't believe that, cause it was like old car that was in.
No, it was a Camaro. It was like a Camaro, like from Transformers. But the problem is that you're what, 9 years old?
Yes. No, 10.
You're 10 years old. 7-year-old is not gonna have those extra 3 years and realize that. They're gonna be like, "Wow, Transformers! I'm always playing with this little toy. That's the same car I'm getting in." So, as a 10-year-old, plus you saw the video, a 7-year-old might not. So you have to, just be aware and really come up with a plan with your parents. Oh, your mother told me to pick you up? Oh, I know you my dad's friend. What's the code word? What do you mean code word? My mother always gave me a code word if someone's going to pick me up. Come on, she told me to pick it. What's the code word? That's it. It could be for real or it could be fake. But I'll tell you this much: that person gonna be like, "I'll be right back," and I'm gonna call her now and book it and probably leave. Oh, I didn't know nobody know no code word. I know it was set up like that. It's the truth. So I have people that are written down in my daughter's school that could pick her up. My daughters have a code word. That's it. Daughters have a code word. Yo, I'm running late. My car broke down. Yo, I'm gonna call the school. Tell them you're picking them up. Plus, you better tell her the code word because she ain't leaving. No, but she knows she's not leaving if you don't give her the code word. That's it. Teacher in the front. Oh yeah, Drew, you can pick her up. What mommy said? What's the code word? And the teacher gonna be like, what you mean? Mommy said, don't leave with anyone if I don't know the code word. That person better know the code word. Oh, you didn't say the right code word. Call my mommy. That's what they know to do. That's what I told them. Oh, you didn't say the right code word. Call my mommy. I ain't going. I'm not going. That's it. Something that simple. I don't care if it's purple. If it's the name of your old dog. If it's your grandmother's name. Whatever it might be, get a code word with your kids. Tell your parents. Work it out. I'm a parent. I don't feel like crying right now. It's out there, man. It's strange out there. Anything else you got to say anymore? Because you had a question. You have any advice for someone?
Never listen to strangers.
Don't listen to strangers. I would say don't even listen to your parents. Sometimes your parents are not that good either. But that's just a
easily
joke.
run over and snatch you.
Yeah, man. It's strange out there, man. Everybody be safe. Thank you for being part of the podcast. Episode number 2. Listen to it. We're gonna try to put that video in the link. This is definitely
How
interesting
many listeners today?
No, we had. I know how many you're gonna get. You're gonna get like 20, right?
How much?
No.
You better get like 20
No,
listeners.
I'm getting my whole family.
The whole family. All right, guys. Say your goodbyes.
Bye.
Bye.
See you later.
See you later.
Check. 1 2 1 2. Check.
Street Smarts, episode number 2. Stay tuned for more.